Well, it's August 3rd and it's 10:15 in the morning and it looks like this outside. It looks like the middle of winter, but it's really the middle of summer. But I guess it's the coolest day that we're going to have this summer, and it's been raining a lot, so I'm going to go out to Kinston and see what I can find. Alright, I found a lot with a freshly burned down house, and I got a privy poked out. It's right there, so hopefully it'll have some good stuff in it. Well, I finally got a decent hole going. I got a whole bunch of whiskeys coming out. It's right in the center of a housing project. They tore down one of the houses and that privy is right underneath it, and I've got about 22 whiskeys already, so I'm going back to see what else is in there. Well, I spent 7 hours and found just one bottle, and then I spent the night there in Kinston and started again in the morning, and I found a hole pretty quickly, and it turned out to be quite a good one. It had 70 bottles in it, all 1902 to 1912 era. There's a lot of whiskey flasks in there. A couple even have good labels still on them. Amazing that that was in the ground 100 years. Here's a bunch of unembossed half-pint flasks. I got a bunch of hutches in the hole. Most of them are damaged though. I pulled this one out and thought, well, I finally found an embossed Kinston hutch. But when I looked at it closer, it was just from Buffalo, New York. I found this broken hutch, and this one is from Kinston. And this hutch is intact, and this one is from Kinston also, but unfortunately it has some cracks in it. Would have been about a $250 bottle. And here's yet a third Kinston hutch. The other two look just like this, in case you couldn't tell because the video is so dark. Then the fifth hutch. This one is from New York also. This one appears to be in mint condition after I clean it up a bit. That might be the best thing I found because I don't even know where this town is. It's pretty small compared to Buffalo. And I got one early crown top, and it is from Norfolk, Virginia. It looks to be in good condition. I'll have to wait until I wash it to be sure. Here's a bunch more unembossed flasks. There's another one with the label. It's too dirty to read it though. And here's one embossed flask from Norfolk. Can't quite read it because it's so dirty, but it looks different than the ones I have so far. Then another embossed flask. These are very common. Probably worth about $7. Another very common. These seem to be in eastern North Carolina quite a bit, and I don't even know what those initials mean. Then I got this big crock. Couldn't find the lid for it though. Then probably the best thing is this big 32-ounce cobalt ink. It's embossed too, and I think it's free of any damage, but I'll show you again after I clean this stuff. Found one beer. It's a machine made. Pretty common too around the east side of North Carolina. Found two whiskey fists. Unembossed, of course. This one's the amber one. Found this unusual tall skinny kind, and this one is embossed. Good looking bottle. Don't know where it's from. It's kind of generic. I found this broken Wilmington, I guess it's a wine bottle though. Broken crockery jug. Then I pulled out this lady's leg neck, which is extremely crude, and I couldn't figure out why that would be with a bunch of 1910 stuff. It's gotta be 1870s or even late 60s. Alright, I got them all cleaned up. This is what would have been the best bottle, but unfortunately it is not in mint condition after all. It has that little hole broken in the back, or the edge there. Still, looking on it on a shelf, it's a good display piece, Probably only worth $20 now instead of 60 or whatever it would have been worth. Then we got this really heavy tombstone slug plated hutch with the unusual Hungerford name on it, but with all the damage to the top, I don't know if I'll be able to get even $10 for it, but we'll see. Then we got this other hutch from New York, from a town I've never heard of, so that might be a small town, and it's got an unusual last name on it, so that's two good potential selling points. This one's in mint condition. Hopefully I'll get $40 or $50 for it. And then the Kinston hutch. This would have been worth maybe $300 if it was mint, but so much damage it's barely holding together. The most I could ever hope to get would be about $10 for it now. Then this early crown top. New York Soda and Seltzer Company. Who knows? It might be worth $40 or $50. Then the lady's leg with a really crude twistiness to it. Wonder what happened to the rest of the bottle. It's definitely 1870s. Here's another really early bottle that mysteriously was in there. That's definitely 1860s or 70s with the bottom like that. It's got a little bit of a lip chip, but it's just unembossed, so only worth a few dollars. Then I washed this and tried not to touch the label at all. And this one too, this one's got some cracks in it. And then one of these half pints from a very common whiskey company. Then I got two of these. This one's got a small crack in the base. Then we got this one. This is a pretty scarce one. That might be worth $30 or $40. Well, that's it. It wasn't a total waste. It was pretty hot, but we had a couple rainy days, and I